So many people come to us to try Dr. Dhurandhar's fat loss diet after having tried intermittent fasting. And the most common reason they tell us is that it just didn't work with their social calendar. So many social occasions do involve eating, and the whole system of intermittent fasting can definitely fall apart if you're expected to eat at certain social occasions that aren't working around your fasting calendar. And so that is something that can kind of be a deal breaker, and it can mean that you really can't take that approach. And other approaches, like Dr. Dhurandhar's fat loss diet, tend to be a little more forgiving of that and a little more flexible, where when you do have to go for a social occasion, there are guidelines you have to follow, but it doesn't mean that the entire approach falls apart. I think that intermittent fasting appeals to a lot of people because you don't have to know very much about nutrition. You don't have to plan out your meals. You just have to be able to tell the time on a clock. But there is a downside to this simplicity. So even though intermittent fasting does help you reduce the quantity of the food you're eating, it may not do anything to help you improve the quality of the food that you're eating. So for example, are you, in that small time window, eating enough protein to support your muscle mass and the growth of your muscle? Are you eating enough iron and calcium to prevent low bone density and to prevent anemia? Are you eating enough fiber to support your colon health? I do appreciate the simplicity of intermittent fasting, but I think that the fact that you aren't focusing on the quality of nutrition is a significant downside if health is what you're focusing on. Although intermittent fasting is a simple way to lose weight, there are some people with certain medical conditions who should definitely talk with their doctor before they start intermittent fasting and may need to try a different approach that doesn't involve long gaps between meals. So, for example, women who are breastfeeding, people who have a hypoglycemia for any medical reason, people who have diabetes, people who have kidney stones, and people who have gastric reflux and strong acidity may not be a good fit for intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is one way to lose weight, and that is true. But a lot of people do it because they think it is superior for increasing autophagy, which is thought to kind of slow down aging. And they also think it's superior because it reduces insulin levels. But you should know that actually a lot of studies have shown that weight loss in general, through continuous calorie restriction, meaning eating a lower calorie diet every day, regardless of the timing, also increases autophagy, which would slow down aging, and it also reduces insulin levels. And so there is no study that proves for sure that intermittent fasting is superior in these ways to just regular weight loss diets.